Well, this video may not be for most of us, but it is for some of us, and it is for some of our loved ones, maybe. Some of the people that care about us, maybe. Some of the people who are just curious about why grown men like action figures. And let me just start out by this. I know this video is probably not going to get a lot of views. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But that's not why I'm filming it. I'm shooting it because I think it was Master Chief, one of the subscribers, who had a really great observation. He relayed to me, and I've seen a few other people ask, but not in the same way. What I mostly get is curiosity or just complete and utter like disgust or just complete like, what? And that is, you play with action figures? You mean those things that little kids play with? You play with that? You just kind of get that, right? Or you get like, wait, you collect those? Is there money in it? Well, there kind of is, but there really isn't. If you're in this game to get rich, it's not a good idea. You're gonna lose your shirt. Most of us are in this game because it's just fun. It's just pure unadulterated fun. But the question was, I'm an adult collector, and I see some of you guys say that you play with your toys. I don't know how to do that. He was kind of more of, I guess he's kind of more of an inbox collector. I just left it at that because I didn't want to keep poking at it. But I think he's more like an inbox collector, and that's fine. I do play with my action figures, but it's not like this, right? It's not like maybe some of you do play like this with them, and that's okay. I'm not here to judge. I'm here just to bring joy and to have some fun. But me, myself, I don't play like that anymore with them. It's my version of play has evolved over the years, right? And collecting action figures and playing with them is no different than collecting guns, purses, shoes, the special shoes with the red bottoms on them, I don't know, cards, Pokemon cards. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff, book, records, jewelry, coins, any number of different things that humans just like to collect, hopefully for fun, some of it for profit. But for me, it's mostly about having fun with it, right? So, it's no different than that. Only in this particular genre, it can be a little different because there's more than just the allure of collecting that special figure, that rare limited edition that comes with this, right? So for me, personally, how do I play with my figures? Well, the first one is part of the playing, part of the maturing that process. And again, I'm just sharing because I guess a lot of people don't understand that, right? Maybe you could share this with a loved one. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you don't. Maybe leave it in the comments below if your play is a little different than it, right? So for me, there's three ways. I mean, it's the rule of three, but there's more than three, but these are the top three reasons, right? The first one is I play with it because I enjoy, much like a piece of art. You admire a piece of artwork, right? You admire Van Gogh, you admire Michelangelo. Not that any of these things are at that level. Maybe some are. I don't know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I admire the entire process. So when I first get a figure or a particular toy in hand, there's so much that goes into that, right? The artwork on the packaging itself. Does it have a window on it? Was there some thought given to how they put the figure in it? Did they leave a clear window on the top so that the light hits the action figure in a certain way and lights it up? Does the artwork on the outside reflect the action figure on the inside? Is the artwork cool? And then you get into the packaging, how it's presented, how you can access the figure. Can you close it back up and make like it's brand new still, right? How are all those things presented? How is the action figure presented within the package itself, right? You've got art, you've got engineering, you've got, logistics, everything, all these things, marketing, all of those things that go into creating this complete end product. And so that's why a lot of times I keep my figures in box or sometimes I buy 2 or 3 because some people just go get this trash off of my toy, right? And they just have the figure. That's fine. But I enjoy the entire experience. Now, once I take it out, because usually if I like something that much, I usually take it out, right? So once you take it out, what do you enjoy about it then when you take it out? There's 2 things that I love to look at. Number 1, how good was the quality control on this figure? And by that I mean the engineering build and the application of paint to the figure, right? So does it have sufficient articulation? Is the engineering, how close does it come to mimicking the human anatomy or whatever anatomy that it happens to be? A shark, an anthropomorphic car, any one of those various different things that you can articulate, right? Does it have, double jointed elbows, which seems to be the standard now, right? Does it have double jointed knees? Does it have, how well does it crunch at the waist, right? If you get some of those figures that are at the top of their game with that articulation, that's huge, right? That's one of the biggest things. And then after that, well, for me, it's the articulation. Both things have to be there, right? It can be beautifully painted figure with no articulation. In that case, it's not a figure at all, and I don't want it. That's a statue, right? Usually, I joke around. I don't want statues. Well, unless they're $5, then I'll take a statue. But that's not my bread and butter. I don't like statues. They're posed in a specific way, and that's it. But then comes the articulation as well. Is it well designed or engineering wise? How far can I push the engineering on the figure? And then is it painted or is it presented did they go the extra mile with the paint, right? Did they provide shading on it? Did they, sculpt, each hair? Did they get lazy on it, right? Did they just put two drops of paint on it and throw it out there? I think one of the laziest figures I've ever seen done is that Zero that came with the I think the Wolverine pack, I believe. No, it came with Strife. That has to be one of the laziest. It's a really nice buck and it's well articulated, but it's a super lazy paint. It got 2 circles on its face and on its chest. Lazy. It's a good buck though, but it is absolutely lazy. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's a picture of it right here. I'll put a picture of it. And what's the last way that I like to do it? And the last way is maybe perhaps the most fun I get out of it. I like to world build with those figures, right? Almost like creating a setting and then taking a picture of it, right? Within that setting. Not only that, if you've been following the channel for a while, you've seen that if a figure makes me, has the potential to, throw my mind into overdrive, what I usually do is I'll start telling a story, right? I'll start from the beginning, kind of like I did with the La Muerta figure, kind of like I did with Wreckage, the Tiger Paw figure. Go find those videos back there, and I literally created like a comic book story just using an action figure. And that's where it's the most exciting for me, is creating a story and taking those snapshots in time of that figure. World building, telling a story. That's what's fun for me. Do I play like this with them? No, not really. I have fun in other ways, right, with them. And so really, this entire, I don't know, this entire thing is just really just fun. So some people enjoy, what a boring world if everybody enjoyed just collecting coins. I've got a new coin. You know, that's why we collect. Some people collect fishing rods. I don't know. Baseball bats, you know, whatever. You know, it's just, it's the zest of humanity, right? Everything that, you know, different people collect different things and like different things. And our particular niche likes that. I feel sad for the guys that sometimes reach out to me and say, hey, I want to collect, but my wife won't let me. There's many of those individuals. You know, my heart goes out to you, buddy. I don't know. Look, you're going to have to, maybe if you show your wife this video, she'll let you collect. And always collect responsibly, right? Meet your financial obligations first. But, you know, my wife happens to understand that the world isn't always black and white. It isn't, you're a man, so you can't do these things, right? You can't collect toys. You should only go to work and come back and lay down on the couch. That's it. Or take out the trash. I mean, I do all those things anyways. But, you know, I mean, you got to make yourself happy, right? You got to find different hobbies to be happy about. And yeah, she has her wonderful hobbies. You know, she likes Disney stuff. She likes, what is it? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's her jam. You know, she likes the vampire mythos. And that's what I will tell you is this. For those of you that are not married, you know, this channel's viewing audience is between 45 and 55. I look at the demographics and that's where we are. But there are some 20s and 30-year-olds out there. And this is meant for them, maybe, who've never been married. I will tell you this. This is a really key piece of information if you're going to be collecting action figures and, you know, doing these things. Marry someone who understands that you might have different interests than she does and is willing to support you on that and is willing to have fun with you on that, and you're willing to support her in that, in her endeavors, right? I think being a dictator to each other, not a good idea. It's not going to last. You're just going to end up in a shouting match. I happen to have married my best friend, and so I would encourage you to probably do the same. So my best friend is my wife, and turned out fantastic. We both like different things and stuff, so that's all I got to say about that. So anyways, I hope maybe, you know, this helps you understand what's in my mind, what's in your mind. You let me know if, you know, you have a different reason for collecting. If you still play like those kids play, that's completely fine. But I gave you my reasons and how I collect. If this video doesn't get a lot of likes or views, that's fine. I didn't start this channel to make a bajillion bucks out of it. I started this channel to have fun. All of this is discretionary spending. All of this is just for shenanigans. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. I hope I've helped you explain this to somebody. And as always, as long as you guys keep, hey, if you're digging these shenanigans and toy hunts, why not like, why not subscribe? And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these shenanigans out.